Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with the Wook. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make some coleslaw. Check it out, it's got oranges and red cabbage and jicama, green onions. Mighty tasty. Alright, so I'll go ahead and introduce the ingredients that we're going to have in today's coleslaw. So we've got some green onions here, some carrot, oranges, red pepper, got some cilantro or Italian parsley as commonly known, got some jicama. Jicama is the tuber from a highly poisonous vine, but oddly the root is edible. It's sort of sweet. It's not too bad. Got some, pre-sliced purple cabbage, or you can slice your own. I didn't feel like dealing with it. Got some olive oil here. Some red wine vinegar. And last but not least, some orange juice concentrate. So the first thing what you want to do is to go ahead and start making your sauce. I'm going to take about 1/3 of a cup to about 1/2 of a cup of this frozen orange juice concentrate. Mix that in with, again, 1/3 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup, equal parts red wine vinegar and olive oil. And just kind of mix her up. So first step in preparation here is going to be chopping up the jicama. It's a lot. This is about your average size, although I read that the largest ever found was 23 kilograms. This is about 2 pounds. Probably only use about 1/2 of this. As you can see, the interior is finely grained, very similar to a potato, but it's sweet. We eat this raw. Could cook it. Never tried to do that. If you want to experiment, hey, knock yourself out. Next up, what we want to do is peel this. You notice it's got this waxy sort of skin. Don't eat that. Once you've peeled and washed your 1/2 of a jicama, go ahead and set that aside. Next up, carrots. Standard preparation on this. Cut off the ends, peel it. We're going to grate these up. And you want to chop up fairly finely, about 4 or 5, whatever you'd like, green onions, just the green parts. With your pepper, and I'll show you in a bit with the jicama, we're going to slice these into bite-sized strips. So onto the jicama. Go ahead and slice this into about 1/4 inch strips this way, and then slice them that way, and slice them that way, to get about this size, roughly. Next up, we'll go ahead and section up the oranges. Okay, so once you've sectioned up your oranges, I'm going to cut each orange section into about thirds and set those aside. Next up, I'm going to chop up the cilantro. Chop it up fairly rough the first time. Go back, just kind of pare it down for a bit. Try and remove the larger stems if you can. Nobody likes chewing on those. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and put the whole shebang together. Go ahead and pick out some of the bad pieces if you're cheating like I am and using pre-shredded cabbage. Next up, go ahead and throw it all together. Now comes the really messy part. Incidentally, this is my favorite part. Once you've got it all mixed together, if you're of a mind, go ahead and crush up some pepper. Throw it on there. Doesn't have to be super finely crushed, just go ahead and try and crush all the kernels there. Sprinkle it on. You're going to be mixing this up in a little bit anyway. Same thing with the salt. Let's go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit. The last step, of course, is to cover it. Go ahead and put this in the fridge. Let all the flavors combine. This really isn't at its best until it's been about 48 hours, but as long as it's been at least 2 hours, you can eat it. Assuming, of course, that you stir this sucker up, get that pepper on top, down here in the bottom. So it's been about 2 hours or so, and mixed this up just now and tasted it, and it tastes about right. All the flavors are sort of combined. In about 48 hours, which is the recommended time span to let it sit, if you stir it every so often within those 2 days, it'll turn really bright pink. I call it radioactive coleslaw. So, should give it a shot. Pretty tasty. Thanks for watching.